Alright guys, newsflash that I'm sure is all over the internet by now. BlackBerry has decided to not make their own phones. so, um, with this, now they've been doing this for 14 years in-house. Now there's some speculation here that, BlackBerry's out of the game. The way I read this is BlackBerry's just not going to focus on hardware anymore. We do have the D-Tech 60 coming out, and there's another BlackBerry, two more BlackBerry phones coming as well, I think he said. But they're just out of the hardware game, folks. they're done with hardware, and they've decided to focus on software. So this actually could be a good thing for us. With that being said, if you have one of these beautiful devices, which I use daily, if you have a BlackBerry, especially if you have this one, man, they're on sale, I believe, still. You can get over and get this hardware, man. You won't be able to get this again. Now, some people say, I want this phone with an Android on it. I don't. I want a newer version, update BB10. Give us something new. The D-Tech 60 is an Android phone. It's basically the Idol 4S. And the D-Tech 50 is the Idol 4. So, I want them to give us something good with BB10. I know that's being very hopeful. I know that's something that, people are probably going to be like, man, that's not going to happen. But they're focusing on software, so why can't they give us let somebody else build the hardware and give us a nice BB10 device? And it can compete because the Passport has some killer specs in there and it performs very well. A Passport 2 would be great. We can still work wide in 2017. It's very well possible. If you go over to Shop BlackBerry, the Passports are still on sale, and all they're doing is clearing their hardware. So once you're able to get one of these at those fantastic prices, hold on to it. I'm tempted to buy me another black one just for collectors, but this is the one to have, folks. This is the one to have. This is some beautiful hardware, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. This hardware is stellar. If you've never felt this phone in hand, heard the speakers, anything about it, I'm telling you, it is great. Hands down, it is really good, and I'm not just saying that. I use this one too. This one actually has really good battery, believe it or not. This classic, it's not my favorite of the two, but this has great battery life. And my SIM card is actually in here instead of the big one. But what do you guys think about BlackBerry exiting the hardware game? Do you think that's a good idea? They've been doing it themselves for 14 years. So why leave now? Are you going to just throw in the towel and on the hardware and just say, hey, we're not going to build hardware anymore. We're just going to give it to somebody else, or we're just not going to do it? That could be an exit strategy for them. It could be. Now, let's throw all the ideas out there that we could possibly think of. This could be an exit strategy for them. Remember, John Chen is just a CEO. He doesn't have that much power at all. He doesn't have any power, really. The shareholders have the power. If they tell him, sell. Well, that's the end of BlackBerry then. So the shareholders have made a decision. We're going to exit this hardware game. But shareholders, I say to you, if you exit the hardware game and don't give something else to the people like this with BB10 on it in the future, BB11, BlackBerry 11, do something to keep the OS alive, because there are way more non-business users. I'm a business user, but still there are people out there who are not business users who love this phone. They absolutely love it. And they wouldn't have it any other way. And there's people out there that love this phone. They wouldn't have it any other way. But what I say to you is, are you going to let Apple fans and Samsung fans just take over and not bring any more hardware? This hardware, if this phone, now I say this as a consumer side now, not the non-techie side, this is a wide phone. It can be uncomfortable to hold at times. If they were to slim this down, trim it down to about that much off, and turn it and keep it the same with this metal frame and the way this looks, make it a little bit less wide, man, killing. I know you're probably saying, well, Jay, that's basically this phone. No, it's not. They would make a killing on sales Amongst BlackBerry people, they really would sell a lot of them. But they could up the game a little bit and get off into a different playing field with other people who don't really care for BlackBerry or think this phone, they like this phone, but they think it's too wide. I've heard people say that, man, I like that phone. This is too wide to hold. I had to go back to my other BlackBerry, or I had to do this instead. So I say to BlackBerry, and they probably never will see my videos. They probably don't watch them unless you guys tweet them out to them or something. I don't tweet to them anymore. I follow them, though, everywhere. But I say to BlackBerry, you need to stay in the game. Software, stay in the game. Bring a BB11. It's very well possible. You say you're focusing on software. You're getting out of the hardware game. That's all that they're doing. They're just focusing on software. And it says here, software is the new BlackBerry. See that? So that's letting us know we are all about the software. So John Chen with that. Somebody tweet this video out to John Twin for me. John Chen. Send it out to him. Because John Chen seems to think that Android is just the best thing that can happen to BlackBerry. I say no. I say that BB10 is fantastic. And there's a lot of other people that would agree. There are some people out there that hate when I do these BlackBerry videos. They thought, oh, Jay, you just don't know. I genuinely have a love for BlackBerry. I've been a BlackBerry user since day one, along with other OEMs that I picked up afterwards that I've used. So I say to BlackBerry, everybody who's watching this video, link it to John Chen. If you're not going to give us hardware, let HTC make some hardware for us. Put BB11 on there. Because the HTC 10 has great hardware. Let Lenovo take over and give it a shot. Spread your seed out there to all the OEMs and let it be the picking for it. Let Huawei make us a BlackBerry 11 device. BB11. It's very well possible. Android isn't going anywhere. Give us a BB 10.5 or BB 11. John Chen, I need you to check this video out. Shareholders, check out this video. Check it out. Give us a BB 11. Look at all the innovation you can do right now. There's got to be some developers out there to where you can. I know this is possible. BB 11 with Android Runtime 6. At least, I didn't even say 7. Android Runtime 6. Give it Android right now. Android Runtime 4.4, I think is the highest we're at right now. I believe it is. Somebody correct me if we're wrong. But Runtime 4.4 or Runtime 4 is where we're at. That's why we're at a halt with a lot of things. Some of your applications are not working. The Play Store might be messing up on you. Give us a higher runtime and make a BB11. That's my request to shareholders to get this because, these are some stellar pieces of hardware. We need the software to improve. If we could just have BB11 and then be able to run all the Android applications that we want to run and Google services without having it to be Android, running Hangouts on here will be fantastic. Running Google Plus on here will be fantastic. The Play Store. I know you could do it now, but it's not official. It's a hack. It's not official. Give us the higher runtime. Implement it into BlackBerry OS 11. You got yourself a deal. You got yourself a deal. There's absolutely no reason, if you're saying you're focusing on software now and not hardware, kick it to the OEMs, man. I would love to see HTC make a BlackBerry. BlackBerry 11. HTC 11. BlackBerry edition. And then have BB11 on there with the high Android runtime and be able to run all the applications that we want to run. Now, applications aren't a problem for me, but a lot of people, my Snapchat don't work or whatever the yellow icon thing is. It doesn't work. This has a problem with this. Give the consumers what they want. We want BlackBerry OS to stay alive. For those, and this video isn't for an Android person. It's not for an Apple person. It's for BlackBerry people. So if you're watching this video and you're just watching it to support me, I appreciate that. But, don't leave ugly comments like, oh, BlackBerry's dead. Those are the ones that I don't understand. If you don't like BlackBerry and you just want to support me, I appreciate you watching the video. But if you don't like BlackBerry and you watch the video just to trash BlackBerry, come on, man. Let's grow up. Come on, let's get past that. It happens with Android and it happens with iOS. People watch an iOS video and they hate iOS. But some people, I've seen comments where somebody would say, shout out to those people who posted those comments saying, how many of you don't like this or something, but you're watching it because you want to support Jay Will? I appreciate that. Those are comments where they're letting me know, Jay, I don't really like this, but good video anyway, brother. And I'm like, thank you. That's what I'm looking for in the technology field, is for people to grow up. You know, Google Plus comments, YouTube comments, so lame right now. People are just insulting each other, arguing, cussing each other out. I don't understand that. Keep it about technology. I used to say that all the time back in the day. Keep it about technology. So BlackBerry says they're all about software right now. Software is the new BlackBerry. That's what the quote says. So if you're going to bail out on the hardware, and I don't mean that in a negative way, if you're going to stop doing hardware, great. Give us some good hardware, but from another OEM, but give us BlackBerry 11. Give us a higher Android runtime so those people who do care about applications and support, they'll be able to get all the applications they want. They can get their Snapchat and WhatsApp and all that kind of stuff. They can play with that all day long. But for us BB10 users who want BB11, who needs some applications like my banking information and stuff like that, and just certain credit unions, let us be able to do all of that, man. Give us access to Google Hangouts on BlackBerry officially. You know, give us the higher runtime. We appreciate it. And that's all I got to say. Software is the new BlackBerry. We shall see. It's your man Jay Will. Comment below. Everybody watch this video to the end and tweet this video out to John Chin. Flood his inbox with this video. Put it all over Google Plus. Link it to BlackBerry. Link it to John Chin. Link it to link it to everybody that's dealing with BlackBerry. And let's get it be heard. Let's let it be known that there are people out there that still want a BB10 or a BB11 device. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm getting ready to press stop on the recorder. Take one.